Hi everyone, it's Margaret Manning here with 60 and Me. Hope that you're all enjoying this beautiful autumn weather. I'm so excited today to share with you a color combination of eyeshadow, a look that is inspired by a leaf, inspired by nature. I was out walking the other day and I found this beautiful leaf that was in colors of purple and green. And I thought that would make an amazing eye combination. So I went looking for green eyeshadow. I couldn't find any. It was in a palette, but I did find a couple of singles in the drugstore. These are drugstore brands. So this look is going to be really affordable. I've got a makeup foundation, however, that I want to share with you. Discovered it a few weeks ago. Other bloggers have been writing and doing tutorials on this foundation, and I want to share it with you. And that is a little bit higher, more expensive. But the rest of the products I'm using today are going to be drugstore products, and hopefully you'll be able to be inspired to try something yourself. So I have got no makeup on at all, as I always start, and I'm going to put a little bit of my primer face. It's a facial oil. I don't use a primer that much on my skin. I do occasionally, but today I'm going to use my Growing Younger Gracefully facial primer. Now the reason I like this, well, there's several reasons. One is that it smells amazing. The other is that it just gives your face a nice base to work with. It's not oily. It gives just an amazing glow to your skin. And I just found it works under makeup. So that's my Growing Younger Gracefully facial primer. Now I will actually put all this information in the description below, so you can have a look at it yourself if you like. So you don't have to take notes. You can just go to the description underneath this video. So that's my facial oil to get started. Now, the foundation I'm going to use is one you may not have heard of before. The company is Uoma. Beautiful packaging, actually. I love it. It's called Uoma, and it's got Say What foundation. Now, it's a beautiful foundation. It's one that you can build from very light, almost tinted moisturizer to a layered sort of medium to full coverage. It's unique in the way that it is blended. I encourage you to check out their website. It's Uoma, U-O-M-A. And it's a beautiful line of product that is geared for toning your foundation to your undertone and the shade of your skin. And there's a wide range of colors, from very light colors to the darkest beautiful colors as well. So it's a company that you might want to check out for foundation. Now I'm going to put it on. I'm going to start with just a light cover and then maybe build it up a bit. But I'm using T2N, which is T number 2, and then N for neutral. Then they have cool and warm options in that T2 range. It's very well put together. So here we go. I'm going to put a little bit, maybe a couple of squirts on my little foundation plate here, and use my Radiant foundation brush, which I love. I've been using this for years and years, but it's kind of firm and just sort of flat, which is perfect for foundation. Now, when you put this on, you're going to go, what? It is Say What? It's so thin. It is like water. And when you put it on, you think it's never going to show any color on my skin, but just a couple of strokes, you can see what that's done. It's really remarkable, and that is just super light. I've got so much left on my palette plate here, but I'm going to even it out. Just one coat, and for lots of people, this may be perfect. It just may be exactly what you want. And I'll go nice and slow here because I want you to see how it applies. When I first got this, I thought it was a little light, but now I've used it a few times. I see that it actually is the perfect color for me. I'll put it on my eyelids, around my eyes. It's beautiful to apply, super easy. It does dry quite quickly, so you have to kind of do, one side at a time and then kind of blend it in. So that is one very, very light coat foundation. Now I'm going to take a look in my mirror because I want to see how that looks. I'm going to probably do a little more. Yeah, okay, I'm going to do another sort of second coat, but I've got so much left. I have a couple of squirts on my palette here, plate. And I'll just keep going. Now, I have got age spots, one very nice one there, and that is being totally covered by this foundation. I think you'll like it. It's very interesting. So anyway, I was telling you, while I finish this, I'll just tell you kind of my my story of this leaf. I'm, of course, in a place in the Northern Hemisphere, so everything is changing color now. And the leaves on the trees around here are amazing. Orange, pink, and beautiful. But there's some plants that are all scattered about our community. And this particular one was a purple leaf with green sort of veins on it, green shadows, which is what I thought would be the opposite. I thought the leaf might be green with the purple veins, but it was the other. Don't know what the plant was, but I picked it up and I thought, wow, this would make an incredible look on eyes. So I thought, well, I'll have a go. So here we go. This is the foundation. I hope you enjoy this. And the green's not a color that a lot of people wear, so you might find it a little bit odd, but we'll make the best effort here. Okay, I'm just going to, I don't usually put too much concealer on. I just use my foundation just gently, and it seems to work. Okay, so that is foundation. All right, next step. Next step, I will put a little bit of bronzer on, and then I'll work on the eyes. I like to put color on my face. A lot of people do their eyes first and then go and do the rest, but I'm going to start with foundation, do my face, and then do the eyes. So next step is some bronzer. I'm going to use, I just bought the Hourglass. It's a palette of bronzer, highlighter, and blush. I'll put the details below. I just scraped a little bit in each of the boxes because I find it hard in this small palette. It's kind of a miniature to be able to get at the powder. So I've just kind of done a little scratch on each to get some powder activated. And I'm going to use a small brush, a fluffy brush for the bronzer. And when I say bronzer, for me, I just put a little bit here, not too much. I'll blend it all in a sec. A little bit there, and buff it in. A little bit on my forehead. Yes, the sunny days are disappearing now, so a little bit under my chin. And that's just to give it a bit of depth and a bit of just highlight or bronzing. Okay, now I'm going to use the blush this blush in here is kind of a more of a mauve color, but I've got another blush by Hourglass, which I also will put the link to, which is a little got pinkier coral color, which I like a little bit better on my skin. So I'm going to apply that just above the bronzer. Hourglass, I think, has some beautiful bronzers. I don't know whether any of you have experimented, but these are just, in my opinion, beautiful, beautiful products. And I'm going to tone this all down in a second, but it's just to show you the color and how lovely that is. I always put a bit of highlighter on my blush as well, but not for the reason that other people do it, like on the rim. I actually use it on the blush itself as a kind of almost a face powder. And I'm using the Hourglass powder here to just tone it down. And it does produce a bit of a glow, but I think it's nice. And it just calms that pink color. So it's more natural. So I love that color. It's for me, very autumnal. And I think it's going to go with the eye look. So that's blush and bronzer. Hopefully it's all good. Let's have a check. Okay, that's good for now. We'll do some refining afterwards, but let's just get going with the eyes. I'm so excited to share this with you. Okay, so I'm going to do my eyebrows really quickly. I've got my normal, always product. I use it, so boring. Maybelline Tattoo Studio. It's actually rubbed away completely because I use this all the time and I love it. I'm going to grab a mirror here to put this on and just get going with the eyes. For me, this little brush works so well. It's kind of thick. It's not, like a precision eyebrow pencil, but I think for me, it's just perfect. I'm not making a big fuss of my eyebrows, which are disappearing every day, getting a little thinner and lighter. And I'll bring that out to the edge. Okay, so let's see if that looks okay. And brush the brows up a bit. By the way, I am not like a professional makeup artist or esthetician or anything. I'm just a woman that loves makeup and just likes to play with it and learn new techniques. And so I'm not, I'm not doing probably all the professional things that you might want to consider, but I've watched enough videos and learned as much as I can to make things work for me. So hopefully you'll get some inspiration from that too. So brows, I think, are good. And we'll go on now to the eyes. I'm going to use a little base on my eyes, but just because this look is a little bit different and I want to have a good base. I've got some some concealer here. It's Revolution Conceal and Hydrate, which I use sometimes as a concealer, but I'm going to use it this time just on my eyelid to give a base for the eyeshadow. And I'll bring that all the way up under my brow. Okay. And a bit on the other side. Not too much, just enough to give me a base to work with. Okay. This part in here always gets shadows. I try to put a teeny bit of concealer in there. You can't do much about wrinkles and spots and age spots anymore, but this foundation I thought was really, really great at smoothing out sort of the imperfections of the older skin as we get a bit patchy, and you know, it's just nice to have a blank canvas to work with. Okay, eyes. All right, now these two colors of green that I found, there are two drugstore lines, Catrice and Essence, that we can get here in Europe, and I believe you can get these online in the United States and other places. I found two different versions of green. This is the Catrice one, it's called Mystic Forest, and this is the Essence version, which is called Gringe, and it's actually, you're not getting quite the difference there. I don't know if you can see them, but this one is a little bit greener green. This one's more of a kind of a mossy green. And for this purpose, I'm going to use the Catrice because I just think it's a little bit more like the color that was in the leaf that I was that I was copying. So I'm going to use that as my green, but I'm going to start with a LA Girl palette that I just purchased because I love their palettes. And this one's got some nice purples in it. So I'm going to try to open it for a start. One thing about these palettes, so the clips on the edges can be really tricky to open. There we go. Okay, now this is a beautiful palette with purples and pinks. And I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use this purple and this one. And for the base color, I'm just going, like for my transition color, I'm going to do a combination of this one and this. So like a taupey brown color, just to give my eyes some definition on the sort of transition line there. So let me just take that first. Let's just get that first, if I can find that, and this together, and just do a little bit across the top with a fluffy brush, just to create some separation between the eyelid and the brow line. And I'm going to buff this all and blush and blend it all out in a second. But I just wanted to get something started there in the back and forwards gently to create a line. If you've got a hooded eye, this is actually a very good technique for just giving you that little bit of illusion that your eyes are not hooded, that they're going up higher than they are. So that's the sort of brown taupey shade. That's my transition right now. I'm going to take another brush right now and give it a clean brush, if I can find my other one, and just smooth it out. I don't even know what brushes these are. I get these in the drugstore. I'm not one of these people that spends thousands of dollars on brushes. I just don't believe in that. So I'm going to smooth that out. Okay. Now, let's do some green. Let's play with nature. Natural colors. I'm going to put that down for a sec. Okay. Where's my smaller? I just want to make sure I had this with a better mirror. Don't want it to be too dark there. Okay, and I'm going to take the green, the Catrice green, this Mystic Forest, which I think is a cool name for eyeshadow, and I'm going to put it on the corner, just on that last, grab it on the corner of my eye here. Is that showing? I can't tell. Just have to go a little bit harder, I think, on these. Okay, and you can see there how that green is starting to form. I'll bring it up around the eye. Just underneath that brown color that I added. Now, I'm going to add a bit of purple here. This is where the purple is going to come in. I found putting the green down first it brings it all together, but I'm going to use the purple from the LA Girl palette, which is the one that I mentioned, this very beautiful purple down here. And do that line, that edge of the eye. Can you see that starting to form there? Purple. And then bring that up into the crease. I love purple. I always have. It's actually very good if you have greeny eyes, which I do. Okay. This is looking a little bit dark, I know that, and that's what I was trying to get for this look. It's an autumn look. Bring it just to a little bit at the edge. I'm going to blend it all in a sec. Okay, so the purple is coming up over the eye. Okay, I think that's probably enough. I'm going to take a look in my other mirror. It's a bit challenging doing this into my phone, which is what I'm using for my, okay, that's great. Yes, this is exactly what I wanted to. I know it looks dark, but it's actually okay, I think. Purple is such a cool color. I think it's just so magical. Okay, and I will get all this brushed off in a minute. Okay, so that is the purple start. Now the green, go back to the green. I'm going to go back to that green that we had, the Catrice Mystic Forest, and put it on my lid. And I know purple and green are opposite sides of the color wheel. So I think that's why, for me, they just look so right together. There we go, that's the green. And on this side too. Look at how this is looking. I think it's pretty. Okay. Okay, that's getting there. I've got one more thing I want to do, but let's have a look and see what my smaller mirror shows me. Yes, it's good. Okay. So it's not a bright green, it is a forest green, and this is the color that was on the plant. But I'm going to do one more small thing, which I think is going to add to this, which is another green color, if I can find it, that I found. And this is Essence. This was an Essence one. They had two different greens, but this is a pearl color, and it's a pearly green. You really can't see it too much in the light here, but it is green. And I'm going to use my finger just to put a little bit on the lid, on top of that darker green, and see what happens. It's not a shimmer necessarily. It's not specifically. It's not glossy. It's just a lighter color that brings out the green in the green, I think. So let's just do this side. Okay. When I put these together, at least on my eyes before, they seem to really work together. So hopefully the colors are coming through on the camera. This is what I want. Let me have a look in the mirror. Yes, this is what I wanted. It may not be what is fashionable or is, sort of the thing that everyone's doing, but I just thought it was so, so pretty. There's my green eyes. Green eyes, and I'm going to take a little teeny bit of the concealer that I had. Where did I put it? Here, it's gone, it's disappeared. This happens. Here it is. And just put it up on the top of my eye, not too much, just a teeny bit, just under my brows. Kind of to bring that all together. I'll do it on the other side. Okay, that's hopefully blended it the right way. Okay, so that, I think, is a finish on the eyes without mascara in 1 second, but let me have a look. Okay, what do you think? It reminds me of the leaf. I'm happy I achieved the purple and green look together, but I'm going to use my L'Oreal mascara, which is Lash Paradise. My favorite. I use it all the time, and it's got the most amazingly beautiful brush that works for me. I didn't curl my eyelashes. I probably would have done that, but I'm going to just apply mascara and see what this does. I just knocked a little piece on my eyelid, but I'll get that in a second. Always do that. I'll wait for a minute until it's dry. Okay. Try to do this without putting my arm in front of my face. Okay, I'm going to try to grab that little piece there. Okay, So that's my eyes. I got one more little coat, I think, of mascara. This is beautiful mascara. I just love it. Let's try the other side. Okay. There. So that's my autumn eyes. What do you think? I like it. So let's do lips and then we're finished. I think this has been really fun. I love experimenting with color. I'm such a color nut. I just enjoy it so much. And that autumn colors are perfect. So let's see what I've got for lips. Oh yes, my Kiko's lip liner, which is my classic. I always use this. I'll put that on first. I can grab my mirror. And I've got a surprise on the lipstick I want to share with you. This is something that you may have been looking for too. So let me share with you. Okay, I'm going to use a lipstick which is my Flormar Pink. It's called Pink Perfection, number 503. I've talked about this in a previous video. It is one of my favorite pink lipsticks of all time, and I'm going to apply that. It's a shine, so not matte. It's like a matte shine, but not dry. And I just thought that went really beautifully with the purple and green. It's a lovely pink and I love it. But there's another lipstick I discovered just recently. Many of you may be familiar with a lipstick that L'Oreal did a long time ago called Letitia's Champagne. It was a pinky gold, shimmery pink lipstick, and they discontinued it. And everybody's been hunting for it. And if you go online, you'll see what is a duplicate or a dupe for Letitia's Champagne. Well, I think I found one, and it is L'Oreal. It's a new one by them. It's number 226 in their Color Riche line. And this is a beautiful line of lipsticks. They've got gorgeous colors. But I was searching around, and then I went into a shop and looked on the, in real life at the colors. Couldn't test it, of course, but I found this one, which to me gives you that same effect of a kind of a glossy, shimmery, sparkly pink lipstick. I can't quite describe it. The Letitia's Champagne was so unique. And I put them, I actually had a little bit left from a previous tube I had. I scraped it out and I tried them together, and it's not a bad dupe, in my opinion. It's a L'Oreal product too. That's the same thing. I'm going to apply it and you'll see the difference. Okay, can you see the little gloss that put on your lip? Oops. Okay. Can you see the glow? I really think that this is a very beautiful topper lipstick for any bright pink that you have. It just gives it an extra special shine. So that is it. I think I've done everything. I might do a little touch up on my blush, because I think it needs a little bit of color, but it could just be the light in my camera, so I don't want to do too much. But that's it. It's my emerald green eyes, autumn colors, and I hope that you loved it. I do too. I really hope that you try some things new this season. It's just a wonderful time to get out there and explore purples and greens and golds. There's so many beautiful palettes that you can try. But thank you so much for being here. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you like this video, we've got lots of other ones on different topics related to women over 60. Beauty and makeup and fashion is just one of the lenses that we look at aging. And I love to do these makeup tutorials and share with you the things I'm discovering and trying. It's all worth, just for fun. It's just, makeup is just for fun at any age. But have a wonderful day wherever you are. Thank you for joining this tutorial with me. Hope you had a fun time with it too. And I look forward to sharing the next one with you soon. Take very good care, everybody. Bye-bye for now.